Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. My name is Naima Singletary. It's a trip for me to say that. Been on YouTube for 11 years. Well, this is for the people who may be seeing me for the first time right now in this moment. Hello, I'm Naima Singletary. I have been mentoring powerful women for years, 11 years to be exact. And I've run the gauntlet of transformation and what it takes to build a successful online coaching, then mentoring company. And baby, I've been through quite a lot. And I have lots of skill, right? For those of you who do a lot of, you know how to do a lot of things well. But then there's the thing that only you can do, the thing that's in your dream, the thing that's in your heart. There's a quote that I have that I've shared many times that says, and please take this with you today. Hello to those of you who've just joined me on YouTube. Please consider this today. The work that only you can do, you must do. The work that anyone can do, someone else must do. Okay? So, so many of the things that you do that which leads me into today's topic of being a giant supernatural Black woman. What do I mean by giant? Giant in all the ways, including that precious, precious ego of yours, that drive, that heart, right? You've already reached financial success. You're not driven by more money for the sake of more money because you want to buy more things. Any drive you have for more money is because you want to fund something that costs a lot of money, and that thing is in your heart. You've had a lot of the enjoyment that comes with a closet full of your favorite shoes, right? The travel, like all the quiet things that money gives you that's not for Instagram and social media to see. The comfort, the knowing that you can create money. I remember when I would watch, you know, 2012, 2013, and I would watch other coaches making money and like traveling and doing all this stuff. And I'd be like, how do they even do that? Like, and part of the angst for a lot of folks who feel trapped financially is they feel like they don't know how to. They see themselves as different from the other people that's doing it. And we're all living in our own prison at the end of the day. We're all living in our own prison. And oftentimes we defend that prison with great passion. But one of the deep, private, invisible pieces and fulfillments is knowing how to make money. You never worry about, you're not worried about how to, you're like, that's the easy part. What's next for you, giant supernatural Black woman? Giant, giant heart. Oh my God. Tender, 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 giant heart. Giant dreams, big, giant drive, giant power, with a giant ego to match. Can we tell the truth today? Can we talk about it today? Can we talk about it on YouTube today? Yes, we can talk about it more privately, of course, right? Because there's many things that's for private. I'd like to touch on this today because next week, well, first of all, that's what I'm here for, a supernatural Black woman. And I'd like to talk about what I know your experience is like, being you, whether you work in corporate, whether you are successful, right? You do have all the things. You don't just look successful. You actually are successful. Okay. Hello, folks. And I'd like to talk a bit about what it's like to have all the material things and to have, you know, as Whitney Houston said in her last interview with Oprah Winfrey. Remember that interview she did inside of that? It was like a theater. Did y'all see that interview Whitney Houston did? Because she said, "Because Oprah, I've been around the world and I. I've been around the world and I. Right? You've been around the world and I. And you may not have traveled around the world, but you have done a lot of the things that money allows you to do. So you're no longer saying you want to help people and live your dreams and do all these things, but part of your shadow drive is to make the money. Part of your shadow drive, you don't have that anymore because you have in your life bought all the things, the houses, the things for your children, the material things that once upon a time to you were a dream. They were important to you. Maybe you have the cushy, successful job. You are the boss. You manage people. You have a team. Mm. You have a successful business, maybe, coaching, mentorship, any kind of business. Maybe you're an attorney, chiropractor, right? You're a giant woman, right? People know that you're wonderful, you're extraordinary, right? You have respect. You have the respect of the people who respect you, and the hate and the dislike of the people who don't like you, right? And yet, and still, there's a lingering, a perpetual lingering of numbness where you push down these giant feelings. That's another piece right there. These giant feelings, especially in the corporate space, you have pushed them things down because you don't want to be the angry black woman, right? You're working in this white dominant field. Maybe you're an engineer, right? You are already exceptional in your field and you have a sense of responsibility as a black giant, powerful woman. And so, in order to maintain your career, in order to maintain your position in that organization, you push them feelings down. The large emotionality that holds so much gold and knowledge and power for you, you push that down. And you strong up here. You're real strong. Your ego is real strong. Your mental will is strong. So the bright side of that is you get shit done. That's how you've been able to become so successful in your career. Strong. You can focus. You can compartmentalize, right? The not so bright side of that is you become numb to your tender, tender heart. You become numb to the root of you, your sacral, feminine, fierce power, because you focus. All your masculine faculties have been refined over the years. And so you have all the material things that having a strong masculine frame gives you: focus, discipline, goals, stewarding forward, staying the course. There's value for sure in that. I mean, look at what you've created. You are what people want. The fine portfolio, right? The focus, the material things, all the good. You have it. Maybe you have the spouse, or you don't. You have it. You have the dog. You may or may not have traveled. You have all the things. And what they don't see, you would give up all of that to come down into who you really are, the fullness of who you really are. Your giant emotions that can be transformed and used to make your deepest dreams come true. You may know the dream and then you may not. And when I say you may not, I mean because you've been so much in this masculine frame of drive, of holding it together, raising a family, paying bills, that you've had dreams for 10, 20, 30 years, but you pushed it so far down, it's like you forgot. And that's part of where the numbing has come. And so maybe you cry often. Mm. The weight, the energy that it takes to keep who you are down takes a lot of energy to stay in this frame when you got this other thing that keeps beating for your attention. It takes a lot of energy. So you're more tired now. Then there's frustration that comes with nobody knows but you. Then the loneliness sets in. You're sleeping next to your husband every night. You may or may not be having sex. Nobody knows but you. You look so good to everybody. Nobody knows but you. In 2017, I was living in Paris and I was on the phone with a client, and it was at the maybe like the middle stages of my giving up on having all the material things, and I did like what I created I actually wanted. So it's not like, I wasn't doing what like I created that. But on the path to growth, what gets you to that level will not get you to that level. So that's one of those things that you don't experience until you get there. You want the things, you want whatever. I wanted to live in Paris. Like that was I wanted to live in Paris. I wanted to be doing 50K plus months. I wanted to be doing transformational work. I wanted to be working with amazing women. I wanted to shop without looking at the price tag. I wanted to travel all over Europe. Like I wanted all those things and I had all those things. I did the transformational work. I did the healing work. I did the shadow work, and I did it over and over and over again, month after month after month after month after month after month after month. I didn't just go to a retreat and do it. I didn't just go to a workshop and do it. I just didn't do, to transform yourself at the deepest levels takes time and it takes mentorship. It takes doing hard things for years and getting to the other side of hard things. It takes a drive in you that will not quit, because there's lots of seduction around you to stay the same. Lots. And you will be supported in staying the same by people who love you. People who care about you will support you greatly in staying the same. So I had all the material things and I was on the phone with a client and I was in that phase of, gosh, yes, this is so good. I worked for this. It's wonderful. Yes. And I'm ready for next. I don't even care about it anymore. I be having this is why I don't. You making $300,000 a year, 100,000, 200,000 a year, seven figures, and it's like nothing to other people who don't have it. It looks incredible. Yes, I want that. My client said to me, "Gosh, Naima, so many people want what you have," and to me, it was like, and yet that was the thing I worked for, and I was ready for the next thing, like you are. You have all this material stuff that so many people want. They would love to have it. And you're like, my heart, my frustration, my procrastination around this thing that I know is for me. And that gap, oh, that gap, purgatory between where you are with all you have is either this strong knowing or this lingering perpetual knowing that there's a new you to be stepped into. There's a bridge to cross over from where you are right now as you're watching me, crossing over that bridge into the new you that's required, where you would die to the whole personality that helped you create that. Now, there are pieces in that, yeah, you will carry over to, right? Yes, there's value in that. There's value in strength and masculine faculties. Focus, focusing your time, staying the course on a specific dream and not giving up because it didn't happen in 6 months, because it didn't happen in one year. It takes focus to go from having a deep programming of I can't afford that. That was one of my programmings. I can't afford that. For years, I would tell myself I can't afford Saint Tropez. I wanted Saint Tropez, and I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I can't afford that. So for whatever your thing was, that was hard for you. You worked hard. You persevered. You cried. You got up exhausted. You kept going. You failed, got up again, failed, got up. That's a masculine faculty of focus, persistence, perseverance. That is masculine. So that's valuable because to make things come true that right now are way out of your comfort zone, so like not like you, and to program yourself, do the hard things. It's cold outside. You don't want to do it. You tired. You don't want to do it. You sick. You don't want to do it. You just failed for the last 6 months and you don't want to do it. And you keep going. Then in the corporate space, the racism that's just paramount in the corporate world. And you like there's skill in that. So some of it will come over and there's other parts of it that will die. The frustration, the procrastination. Yes. And what I've been talking about so much over the last several months is the feminine, come on now, the feminine in you, your tender, tender, tender heart. Listen, so before I talk more about the feminine in you that will be required in meshing with the masculine faculties that you've strengthened so well over the years, I'd like for you to consider giant. Okay. I'd like for you to consider giant. Giant is for supernatural, successful Black women who have all the financial material success. And you're ready for the power and the expression that the new you and the dream fulfillment will require. So there's a graduation when it comes to power. There's a graduation. And so next Tuesday, okay, let me just talk about the thing and then I'll come back. So next Tuesday, I'm hosting a small, intimate, like introductory giant experience. It's virtual, but it's for giant women that I just talked about, giant supernatural women. So there's a tender piece here I like to talk about your inner world, your inner experience, what it's like to be you. And I'd like to engage here as you're considering coming into this intimate experience next Tuesday for successful supernatural Black women. I talked about the ego, like all this giant about us that um, the ego loves the anything that helps us stay where we are. Okay, the ego loves it. The ego is not about the unknown. The ego, right? This is not to, destroy and kill the ego. It's just being aware of its function. Okay. And so when you're crossing that bridge that I talked about from where you are right now and who you are, like what it took for you to get to who you are and the new you. So there's a shedding, right? There's a transformation in the new you as you're crossing over to the bridge. The ego becomes very loud and it will yell things at you that make a lot of sense. Look at you are successful. Look at what you've created. Yes, look. How what do you think you're gonna do? What you don't even know what you're doing. You don't need me, right? It'll yell all these things that do make a lot of logical sense. And the you that only you, like when it's just you and you in your bed, in the shower, taking off your makeup at night, just you and you with you know that thing inside, that dream that you may actually know. Maybe you've been journaling about the dream. And you can feel that there's a you that's required. You see? You can feel that there's a you that's required, that requires the feminine, softer parts of yourself, of inquiry, soft inquiry, of patience, one with, as I've talked a lot about, um, the letting go of the rigidity that's often in the inside of a masculine frame or inside of the corporate world, right? I need to know exactly how it's going to go. I need to know step by step. Give me struct complete order. I need to know exactly where, okay, yes, we have a plan and we surrender, we soften and allow the flow that comes into the manifestation of your dream. Because there is no hard and fast blueprint when it comes to that. So the reason why, because this what's happening next Tuesday, it's like it's to because I know what happens with the ego, the giant ego, and your nervous system. Okay. The nervous system is the part of you that determines what is safe and what is unsafe, right? And I won't get deep off into that. Not gonna be here that long today. But it's so listen. So I like to speak to the two of you. Okay. There are those of you like me, I've talked about, who are speed. You know, right? Like you're decisive. You you just know, right? And I made mention of that on the page. The link is with this video. If that's you and you're like, Naima, I'm not, you know, that's beneath me, you can email me and we can have a conversation. For those of you who are, this is an attempt to acknowledge that part of us that knows, but we want to, put our foot in and go through what I call baby steps, is what you might call it. Okay, because it's a tremendous deal to be a successful, first of all, a supernatural Black woman, period, right? Let alone a supernatural Black woman who already has a reputation, right? With in the corporate world, if you're online, um, right? And the enlarged ego, right? With all the other large things that makes you absolutely wonderful. I mean, look, your ego is wonderful for what it's wonderful for. Um, and I want to acknowledge the significance. Like it's a big deal. So I think, Autumn, what your attempt here is, listen, good. Autumn, I want to thank you for putting that there. I thank you. I'm an expressive woman. I desire to work with women who are, communicate very clearly, are clear about what they want, clear about what's the relationship between you and I. What do you desire here? What would you like this relationship to be like? Adult relationships. The reason why I'm focusing on supernatural Black women is because, one, I am one. I know who we are. Um, so there's a respect and a love, a deep respect, love, and honor that I have for supernatural Black women. And so the people in my life, and if you're on Facebook and you're here in the chat, or YouTube, I mean YouTube here in the chat, or you're in Facebook or anywhere, email, communicate with me as an adult, as a clear communicative adult. I will absolutely do the same. Absolutely. It is really time for deep respect for one another. I was speaking to a man, a black man. We actually have an appointment today to talk. And I was talking with him in 20 well, I was in Colombia, maybe 2021, yeah. And I was talking to him about the deeper transformational work that I was looking to do with Black folks. And he was like, that's going to be hard. Um, and I was talking with another Black man who was talking about, and you can see it all over the internet, the way we disrespect, how easy we disrespect each other. This is part of the reason why I said I'm not interested in the conversations that is happening among average Black people, the dominant collective. The new world that I'm creating, that I live in, is honorable, respectful. I will talk to you that way for sure. If I email you, if I come onto your YouTube live and I comment in your comments the way Autumn puts online Facebook group, what is that? Are you an adult? We are women, supremely powerful women. Our words matter. The way we communicate with each other matters. Any mistakes that I make, if you feel dishonored by me, tell me. If I feel dishonored, disrespected by you, I will tell you. And then also, in many ways, it's even less, it's not, I know who I am. In a way, you cannot disrespect me. It's more so when you know who you are and you are a supernatural Black woman or not. But you are a woman who truly honors yourself. Not just say you honor yourself, but you live as such. Not just say that you respect yourself, but you live as such. When you truly do, it shows in how you interact with people. Communicate with me as a woman who respects and honors yourself. I have zero interest in what women say about other women. Women are shady, women are messy, women are petty, women stab you in the back, women are. I don't. I've never been that way. Never. I was the girl who was bullied in elementary school. I was the girl who wanted to have fun, who wanted to make friends, who wanted to dress cute and go out and have a good time. I've always been the one who's been highly idealistic, highly optimistic, believing love dramatically abounds and love wins. I've been the one who has just given, 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 given. And people will take as long as you give with no plan to give back to you and will disappear when you stop giving. I have, this is part of why I started talking about tempering the heart in spring of last year. And it has taken, and this, it has taken so much of me. I've had to accept, and I talked about this last week, really hollowing out my heart and getting to the bottom of it and truly, truly accepting human nature. Yes, I'm flawed, of course. And I have choice, just like you do. I have choice. The relationship that I desire, I've never had. I've reached out often, been available often, coming with lofty plans and ideas. And people latch on because they can, because I'm available, because I'm optimistic, because I hold them, because I have high expectations. I believe in transformation, healing. You'd be surprised how few people truly want love, can handle love. You'd be surprised. I have been surprised. I've been humbled by the experiences. when you communicate with me, this is the standard. If I make a mistake in your eyes, tell me. Let's talk about it honestly. So, if you are a successful, supernatural Black woman, you have all the material things, and yet and still you are unfulfilled. You have a dream, many dreams, the dreams that you know are going to require a new you. It's going to require relationships with people who actually care about you winning, who want to see you win, who want to see you win, are excited when you win. Did y'all see that meme that went viral from the Golden Globes when Jamie Lee Curtis was excited for, I don't even know the woman. I had never seen her face before, but she won an award. And apparently they're in a series together. And when she won, Jamie Lee Curtis was like, yeah! Like so excited for her. Don't you want people to be excited for you like that? People in your row who are genuinely excited for you, who they're off living their life. And because they know of something you're working on, a resource you need, something, they're out living their life and they see it and then they contact you and say, hey, I saw this and I thought about you. Could you use this? Do you need this? I thought this could help you. Or as the first time I heard this, I was like, oh my God, it made me cry. I was like, that is it. I was in a counseling program in San Francisco, and the man who was leading it, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like, people who see all of you and still hold you in high regard. This was years ago, he said this. People who see the darkness in you and still hold you in high regard. Don't you want people in your life like that? To really make your dreams come true, like really shake up your life, like really go for hard and get to the other side of hard. You're going to need people in your corner who want to see you win, to do hard things, to be exhausted. I decided I'm not getting to that place of being chronically exhausted. I'm done. But when you've just really put in a full day and you're just, you want to drop it all at the end of the day, or maybe you just had what feels like a horrible week, or maybe you want to celebrate a win, or maybe you've had all this success and things that have happened, and you just want to go lay on the beach in the south of France. You want to go cry. You need people in your life who want to see you win, who know that you're going through the thick of it and who are in it with you. I want to be a part of making your dreams come true. Like having those backdoor conversations that YouTube never sees, that the social media and people out here don't see. They don't hear it. I hear it. You hear it. And that we get to the other side together. I'm going to be 44 this year. I want to get to 50 and we are in relationship and we reach 50, 55, making dreams come true. Doing the hard things. This is exceptional what I'm talking about. This is exceptional. This is not, I have been around. I'm not saying this from a place of, you know, because I'm hurt, and you know, I'm saying this because I've been around. I've been in so many dynamics and kinds of relationship throughout the years with different women, different races, ages, countries, social, economic groups. And first of all, greatness, and most people don't want to be great. First of all, most people don't want to be great. We might want the results of being great, but we don't want to do the work to become great and actually live our greatness. First of all, that I know to be true. Second of all, it is exceptional. It is exceptional. It is high blessings to be in the kind of relationship that's required to make dreams come true. I mean, like big dreams, dreams that are going to cost millions of dollars, dreams that really matter to you at a heart level, dream that costs $500,000. So, as I'm inviting you into Giant, I'm inviting you into revolutionizing your life at fundamental, necessary levels. So, the power that's going to be required for you to be in relationships, the humility, the honesty that's going to be required to be in relationships, the hardness, like facing hard, getting to the other side of hard. I'm so about that. I'm so about that. I'm so about doing what's uncomfortable. I'm so about doing what's hard. It's how I've been able to create what I've created. You just don't get it unless you do the hard things, the uncomfortable things. And doing it with people who want to see you win, who are doing the same things, is just, mwah! It is no fun being rich alone. It is no fun being rich alone. It is no fun shopping in Paris alone. It is no fun walking the souks in Morocco, you know, living like a god alone. It's no fun. And such a lonely experience. It is such a lonely experience to be a giant supernatural Black woman, to just never have fit in, right? You've created part of your success has been you've really removed yourself from your family in many ways. They know you as they know you, but they don't really know you. And so it's such a lonely existence to be you and to never being met in who you actually are. This has been my experience. It's such a lonely experience. And having so many different kinds of relationships and the results of those and living, having the actual experiences over the years have informed today. I know this stuff. It's experiential. I've been around, been around the world. Oprah, I've been around the world and I. Good old Whitney! Greatness. So if you know greatness is for you and you're willing to work to be great, you're ready to heal, humble yourself, transform, get into intimate relationship with the little girl in you, humble your ego, learn how to have your ego actually serve your vision. Get into your tender, tender, tender heart. This is all feminine here. Here I am. I said I'll be back to the feminine principles. Learning how to temper that tender heart, being soft. Come on, huh? Getting back into your body, feeling good in your body. Perhaps developing a come fuck me body. Cause you're gonna be, listen, where you gonna be this summer? Where you gonna be this summer? This is exceptional what I'm inviting you into. Kelly Roach calls it the 1% life. There was an intelligence to my quitting in 2017. There's been an intelligence to the work that I've done over the last 5 years, particularly over the last three, but really, period. The 1% life, it is here for the taking. You just got to work for it. You just got to work for it. And in closing, when you get to 50, it's coming. Unless you die, it's coming. 60. One of the things that drives me is I need to get to 50 and know that I went all the way. I need to get to 50, 60, 70, knowing that I went hard. And I don't mean driving myself into the ground. I mean doing the uncomfortable things. I mean persevering. I mean really getting down into what am I doing? Who am I being? What do I think it through and then making the decisions and following through. That drives me. The 1% life drives me. Really living life the way I truly desire to live, being who I really am drives me. Being in relationship with people, living the 1% life drives me. What drives you? What is so important for you to have, do, or be before the age of 40, before the age of 50, before the age of 60, before the age of 70? Because unless you die, you're going to get there. So consider Giant. Consider Giant. It's next Tuesday. The link is with this video. If you're like Naima, I'm ready to go in now. I want to talk to you about what happens after Giant. I know that feeling. Email me. My email is with the link with this video. Thank you so much. See you soon.